Oops.
Oops.
We were so busy getting 3 cameras in the right place.
We're going to talk about holiday stress.
Yay!
And right now I'm a little bit stressed because of these cameras. The holiday cameras are not working properly for us. But anyway.
I'm feeling really good, though.
Working now?
You know why I'm feeling really good? Because we picked up a pie today.
Part of our tradition?
It is. Part of our tradition is going to visit our real estate agent who we've worked with now for how many years?
A long 5, 6, 7.
Long enough that he gets us a pie every year. So we trek down to his office.
We've been working with Jack for 8 years.
Has it been that long?
Yes. 8 years.
Sure.
Actually, maybe longer than that.
It might be longer than that because, Anyway.
Hey, Jack Compass Realty. Give him a shout out. Thank you for the pie as always.
Compass. He's phenomenal. He and Esther and team Jack Azen are amazing. And if you need a house in the Philadelphia area, give Jack Azen a call. Anyway, nice plug. And if you do, you get a pie every Thanksgiving, which is really nice.
You got to buy a house or sell a house.
Oh.
With Jack.
Or refer.
So it's all good.
That's how you keep
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Talk about
holidays, stress. So, what's there to be stressed out about?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Family coming over?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Ashley and I have eliminated most of the stress of the holidays in our life.
But we get that not everybody can or has, so we feel you.
I think most of the stress is brought on by family.
I think the family
traditions,
expectations,
let's look at this.
Assumptions.
Let's look at this. Say you have a family.
Unspoken expectations.
Yeah, say you have 3 kids you grew up with 3 kids in your family.
Okay.
And
I didn't, but okay.
But
I'm with you.
A lot have.
Go with it.
Or let's just say you have 2 kids, typical family, 2 kids.
Okay.
You grew up with 2 kids in your family. And we're both that way. And we are traditional families where our parents are still together. And, so then each of the kids gets married.
Non-traditional family like
ours now.
Yeah.
But each of the kids get married.
Yeah,
and then you start going, well, whose house do you go to for
Which
Thanksgiving,
house do we have this
Christmas?
Well, her house doesn't have enough bathrooms and nobody gets enough privacy in that one. And everybody piles in and it's a big shit show.
Not enough parking.
A mess, and it's a...
So-and-so is gluten-free.
Right. Somebody's, always hogs the bathroom and never turns on the fan or uses the spray. Someone, there's always a bunch of, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, we thought we'd look at some of the things. We're just free-forming tonight, if you can't tell.
But in a good way.
We've been way too busy for the holiday season with work and everything else, but it's all good. That's where our stress comes from.
I think so. No, I think our stress also comes from, actually, we've had a great, very productive few days.
That's only Tuesday.
Trips to the grocery store have been interesting in terms of the ebb and flow of people who are, you go by somebody who's got like there's like stuff practically falling out of the basket. And they've got the big mamma jamma basket and they look stressed, like, oh God, I have to do something with all this stuff, or oh, I can't find the rosemary.
Well, that's a good thing. Nobody's getting in the wrong line to check out anymore.
Why?
Because everybody checks out themselves these days.
That's true.
Nobody's checking you out. Check yourself
I'm kind
out.
of okay with that because it's like a self-paced thing. Like I don't have to anyway. I like chit-chatting with people though, but it's okay. So tell me some of the ways that we can help eliminate stress.
All right, let's look at some really, really stressful things. We've had some stressful things for the holidays.
Okay.
Thanksgiving especially.
Yes.
We had one year, remember our oven stopped working?
Yes, it just kind of shut itself off.
Yes, and it wouldn't turn back on. So
we were like...
We're in the middle of cooking like a 28-pound bird. And...
What did we do?
I cut it apart and put it on the grill.
Okay. There you go.
So that was a stressful thing. Like what do you do when your oven stops working?
I think we thought... originally, so we started just like troubleshooting. We're like, what can we okay, the oven's not working.
Then it kept shutting off, and next thing you know, it's closed.
But then we were also like, what are some possible solutions? So instead of, oh my gosh, this is ruined, it's what could we do? So it was like, hey, do we know anybody on our street who can lend us their kitchen who's out of town?
And we didn't.
And we didn't. We didn't know any. We've changed that. But then we reached out, and yeah, you fired up the grill.
Yeah, we fired up the grill, and I remember I fired up the stovetop. The stovetop worked, and yeah, we fired up the stovetop. Shut that off.
Okay.
And then we fired off the stovetop, and
sorry.
I put the stuffing in the frying pan. I remember I cooked the stuffing in the frying pan.
In one of the cast iron ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool.
On top of the stove.
And I have to tell you,
it was okay.
It was actually it was really good. So
the other thing we had a really stressful Thanksgiving, remember?
Yeah.
Your father's flight was delayed.
It was.
And he didn't get into like 1:30 in the morning.
Well, it wasn't quite that late, but it was late.
He went to the airport like 11:30.
It was I think we ended up eating at like 10:30 or 11. And I remember that's Jose's first holiday with us. And
so Jose was there. I forgot.
Jose was there. And
which is
like Elaine's boyfriend. And so he was like, "Are you guys like European? Because you eat really late." And I'm like, "Yeah, don't you remember my dad's flight got in super late?" And I actually had to pick him up at the...
and the problem was finishing everything that had to be finished.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, we
so
get
anyway,
everything finished. Had to be finished.
From a cooking perspective, we highly recommend... What was that thing that Emily did last week? She had like everything she was making on a spreadsheet. Were they in columns and how did she
on a computer?
The times. So the spreadsheet had the times and then what she was making and how long or like when she needed to start
ingredients
prepping.
She needed it, how long it took to prep everything.
She worked everything backwards.
She cooked Friendsgiving for 15 people.
And she did amazing.
She killed it. She killed it.
Rocked it. Yeah. So the funny thing about that was we had a beautiful Thanksgiving turkey dinner last Wednesday, which kind of meant we didn't feel the need to do that this year. So
I'm cooking a beef Wellington for Thanksgiving.
I'm so excited.
I'm
usually a very traditionalist when it comes to especially Thanksgiving.
We still have we have 3 traditional things on the menu
for us.
We're doing mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Which I'm not a big fan of, but I make them and they're good. People like them, I guess. So then we're doing a pumpkin soup. Your pumpkin soup, which is pretty amazing.
Absolutely a tradition in my family.
And then we're going to do a pumpkin pie, which we picked up today.
Yay! And I'm wearing orange.
So anyway, the holidays are coming up. Don't be stressed.
So what do you recommend?
Enjoy every moment.
So it's hard to say, like, don't be stressed. So here's what we recommend. First, if you have stuff you need to plan it. Like, figure it out. Figure out how long it's going to take. Don't wait too long. Always start a couple of minutes early. Just get started on it. If it ends up finishing early, that's okay. You can keep it on, keep warm. It'll still work out. Second thing, set your table early.
That's a big thing.
I honestly wouldn't have thought that was a big deal. It's always something that's kind of an afterthought, but the earlier I do it, the less stress I have, and it gives you time to kind of tinker with things.
And we're very fortunate because
we are.
I do the cooking and you set the table, but I know there was always one stressful point in our thing. What are we putting the food in?
Yeah, the serving pieces.
So have that planned out ahead.
The serving pieces, what fits in what. Making sure you have enough spoons and like serving forks and things like that. It sounds dumb, but you use them every.
I grab the bowl. I grab whatever we're putting them in. Like we're making the mashed potatoes going to a serving bowl. I actually take the raw potatoes and put them in that bowl in the bag.
See if they'll fit.
No, just to be like this. That bowl's going to be
That's what's going to go.
That's what's going to go in there.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did that the other night with
cool.
the thing. I just put the stuff in what's going to go in there, or I write a piece of paper and put it in there and say this is what's been served with this, so nobody picks it up and tries.
I'm going to use this for this.
Aunt Betty comes over with her ambrosia and winds up putting it on a turkey platter. It ain't going to work.
No. Ew.
That's
so nasty. Anyway.
Leave yourself extra time.
Yes, leave yourself extra time.
Things are going to happen.
Shit's going to break.
I had one year before I met you that it actually snowed on Thanksgiving in the Philadelphia area, and the roads were disastrous.
Oh, no.
And so we didn't even know if we were going to get
where you were supposed to be.
We were going to Bucks County, and we didn't even know if we were going to get there because the roads were so bad. Because everybody's Thanksgiving, they didn't think it was going to snow, so none of the trucks are ready, none of the salt's out there, none of the brine's out there, and next thing you know, it's
Nobody's
a mess.
Getting their stuff plowed, that's rough. Yeah, I lived in Massachusetts for like 10 years, so you just got used to driving in snow. It was kind of a thing. But anyway, so what's another piece of advice that I would give is pace yourself. Don't try to eat all of the dinner. Save room for dessert if the dessert you think is good. That was one thing that happened last week. I was just like, wow, nobody even touched the pie.
One of the things I was reading about earlier was, hey, everybody goes on a diet after the holidays. Why not start during the holidays? You don't need the 5th piece of turkey.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. You're not going to eat your, you're not going to have a little sliver of dessert if you've got your, so here's what I recommend. And what I would have recommended is that, so we had everything sitting out family style last week. And what I would recommend is that at some point in the meal, after everybody's taken like a serving or serving and a half, lift it up, take it away, so that you give people a little bit of a break. It's not right in front of them. They're not, if they really want to get up and serve themselves more, they can. It's right over there. But then you can like and then maybe even pop the pie like right down on the table so that they like know like that's what's coming next. I think somebody got stuck with some extra desserts. Not that that would be the worst thing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, have this.
How about if you're
pie.
traveling?
If you're traveling, for the holidays.
Leave yourself extra time.
Always leave yourself extra time.
We travel a lot. I've been shocked this year at
how much we've traveled.
Not just how much we've traveled, but we leave
took.
3 hours before the airport, and we come into a delay.
And you're like, well, it's a good
and
thing
we're pre-TSA, and we've got I can do this in my sleep. I can wake up 10 minutes before we have to leave the house, pack the bag, and roll. But literally, like. We get to the airport, like, oh my God, we're just like about getting on our flight, and we left. We packed in an extra hour.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving, I guarantee, is going to be worse. Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's going to be the busiest travel season we've seen.
So if you leave early,
in this decade.
Leave a lot earlier than you think you need to. You'd be surprised. But right now, at the airports and train stations, the parking lots are full. So nothing worse than, okay, we're racing. Oh my God, there's nowhere to park. Well, now you've got that time where you're trying to figure out where to park. That gets stressful.
That gets super stressful. I mean,
really,
shit, what's your options there? If you
early.
don't have a place to park, they're going to tow your car, and then they're going to charge you $50 a day.
And then you get back, and it's
ugly.
ugly.
Get your car at 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is.
Get there early.
With everybody else
the lines, and honestly, at the TSA lines and even the check-in lines at the airlines, you've got a lot of people who don't travel on a regular basis, so they don't know how to pack their bags. They're
overweight.
51. The bags are overweight, not the people. Maybe.
Probably.
You have if they bring 2 bags, one's 59 pounds and one's 40, and they're trying to shuffle back their stuff, and it's like just give yourself.
And that's if you're doing airlines, and then if you're
know what your airlines require in terms of checked baggage and the maximums that they have on the weights requirements. Pack your patience. Be patient. Be gracious. People are excited. They're stressed out.
I'm just a good patient.
Be patient. Understand people are either, they're excited about traveling. They're anxious about traveling.
They want to get there. Everybody wants to get there.
Some people are so afraid to fly, but they're doing it anyway. And you're seeing their freak out energy.
That's just flying. There's a lot of people driving. There's a lot of people. I mean, the roads tomorrow are going to be
Just driving.
Here's a really cool thing. Remember we went to Manhattan one time for Thanksgiving dinner, and we got into the city after the parade, and I'd never seen this before. We came through the tunnel, and there was no cars in Manhattan. Everybody
left.
It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It was
lovely.
We
drove right up through Times Square.
Got right to where
found a parking spot right where we were going in front of the street, free on-street parking in Manhattan. We were 5 blocks from.
Only at a holiday, right? We were right next to the Hudson River. It was Upper West Side. It was perfect.
It was crazy, but
it was awesome. It was a great dinner too.
It was a great dinner, great family. And then. We don't, you stress, and some people like it. I like to do the last minute Christmas shopping. I like to be out with all the people and everything, but it's just one of the things I like to do. And
your patience.
Yeah. And
I
like people watching because it's just kind of crazy.
Right.
But we don't participate in Black Friday. Like we don't go out for Black Friday deals.
No.
It's just not worth it.
No.
I mean, everybody's going to go out there and go
Go
crazy.
online, or I don't buy many gifts for people. I mean, first of all, I'm very picky who I give gifts to, and I only buy them like one or two things. I don't go crazy. So there isn't that rush of, I need another thing.
Like somebody put alcohol is what you need. Yeah.
Okay.
Someone just reached out to me about the alcohol. One of my buddies was just texting me right before or Facebooking me right before we got here. Like,
about alcohol.
Yeah, he had his drinks already for the weekend. He's already starting that.
We haven't even.
Tomorrow's work day.
Tomorrow might be. I was going to say, and actually, the liquor store might be the craziest.
I went to the liquor store tomorrow.
We do. So wish us luck. But yeah. No, I mean, and then just kind of I know this happens to a lot of folks. It certainly has happened to me. Probably to Gus as well. Like sometimes when you're with your family, they are the family you don't choose. That sometimes, somebody's always difficult. Somebody's always, why do you always do it that way? It can feel like a really difficult,
if you want
a not supportive like environment to be in. So I would just say, just take it with a grain of salt. Enjoy the time that you have with the people that you have around you, and hope that they'll be supportive. Speak to them in the way that you would like them to speak to you. And sometimes it is in and of itself an exercise in patience and grace.
I got a tip. If you want to save money for Christmas.
Oh, no.
Bring up politics at Thanksgiving.
Then you won't have as many people to buy for. They'll write you off.
I think it's really important to the children. If you're like building the traditions with your children,
yes,
I think it's important.
Absolutely. I still do a lot of the things that we did traditionally for Christmas and for Thanksgiving. And
I know football's a big tradition thing for a lot of people.
Okay. Are we going to watch football?
No.
Okay.
But I know it's big for a lot of people.
All right. Go whoever.
Eagles. He was playing. I don't even playing Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's some college game and stuff going on.
It's
but
it's
what
all
else?
good.
What other tips can we give? Have fun.
Yeah.
That's always one of the things. Have fun.
Like let go of the whatever you think is going to stress you out, and just be in the moment. Enjoy it.
If you're doing one of these big Thanksgiving dinners, we've been focusing on Thanksgiving. If you have 20 people in the room, there's 20 different expectations, and not everybody's going to get their way.
And 20 different sets of insecurities and 20 different sets of sensitivities, and it's going to happen, right? So just grace.
I'd love to hear a Thanksgiving story that you've had. Put it in the chat.
Yeah, tell us some crazy stuff.
Tell us something crazy, like just nuts.
Yeah, I like that. Cool.
I don't think it was Christmas. I don't think it was Thanksgiving. I don't know which holiday it was, but I know we had a fire in a fireplace in the house we grew up in, and the fireplace never really worked right. It was built incorrectly, and a downdraft, and the house would get smoky. So my dad sucked out the fire with a vacuum cleaner.
Wow.
And vacuum cleaners have constant air.
Yeah.
So the embers went inside the vacuum, and then they had fast air going through them, so they ignited even faster.
Oh dear.
I wish there was a time before like cell phones and stuff like that.
You wish you'd been able to get that on video?
Oh, the dead on fire vacuum cleaner laying in the middle of the driveway, and like dad squirting with water and ice.
That's kind of beautiful.
Forming around it. The thing is smoldering in the driveway.
Remember, we all stood around the vacuum cleaner while it was aflame.
The house is filled with smoke.
That's awesome. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Don't try to copy that, but if it does happen, get your phone out.
I had another roaring fire one time during the holidays, and the glass doors on the fireplace shattered.
What?
Yeah, it was so
You're not
hot.
supposed to have them. Oh,
It was hot.
Oops.
Anyway,
guys, thank you.
have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. Thanksgiving Eve is the most drinkable night out there. Take an Uber.
Be real careful.
Sleep behind the bar.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for being part of our community. Thank you for following us. Thank you for being part of our crew. So with that, have a lovely evening. Have a lovely holiday.